So today we're going to plant up some nice planters with some wallflowers and tulips, so that next spring you've got some really lovely early planters for out in your garden. But first of all, I wanted to just explain about our wallflowers that we sell. Years ago we used to do bare root wallflowers. They used to come all strapped together with an elastic band, all the roots hanging out. They'd be delivered to the garden centre, where we would have to make a big area, fill it with compost and heel them in, and then you bought yourself a little wrapped up bit of wallflower, which isn't the best way to buy them. So now we sell the same thing, but it's just in a pot already, so it does keep a little bit longer. But in this pot it's got a nice root ball already, but that's not just one wallflower, that's about 10 in there. So it's all that same little bunch that you would have bought years ago, but all in a pot, and much easier for the garden centre to keep and much better for you lot to grow. So we're going to do some of these because the tulips look really great when the wallflowers come out, and they come out at a very similar time. So I've chosen some tulips here to go with my wallflowers. This wallflower's a ruby colour, and I've chosen a tulip with a nice like a ruby edge, like a white one, so it should show up against the rest of the wallflower. On the tulip packets it does tell you how far apart and how deep to plant them all, so you can choose how tall your tulip's going to be in relation to your wallflower. Now this one, I've got a lovely orange wallflower, set of wallflowers, and I've got some really lovely orange tulips with stripy bits in, so I think that'll look amazing. And then this one, I've chosen a white, creamy white wallflower, white dame, and I'm putting that with a really dark black tulip. So let me show you how to do this. What I've also chosen is some different coloured pots. These are just plastic pots, which are quite economical, so it won't cost you too much money. And I've chosen a red pot to go with my ruby wallflower. So firstly I'm going to plant my tulips in. Now these have to be about 4 inches deep. All these tulips are the same. So I've filled my pot to about 4 inches from the top. And so I'm going to put my tulips in first. Just throw them out into the pot there, and then you can just space them out. So the top of the tulip is the little pointy bit, that's where the shoot's going to come from, and the flat bit is where the roots come from. So make sure you plant them up the right way. I'm just going to do mine in a little sort of circle with one in the middle. So I've done them like that. That one's wobbling about. And then you need to fill the rest of your pot. I'll show you with this one. Fill the rest of the pot right up to the top with compost. So make it right up to the top, because that will settle down a bit, especially once you've watered it. So all your tulips are all nice and deep enough, and then I'm going to put the ruby wallflower in. So with these you need to separate your wallflowers. Now there are like loads of these in here, so I might not separate every individual one, but you can if you want to. But I'm just going to literally pull them apart. There's about 2 or 3 there with a good bit of root, and then just use my hand to pop them into the soil like that. And just carry on doing that all the way round, so that your pot is completely full with wallflowers. If you want to space them out much more, then you can. So There it is, but this doesn't look wonderful at the moment, so just put it somewhere maybe a bit sheltered or out of the way, not from full view, but these will all bush out and grow, and you'll have a lovely big pot full of wallflowers, and they're all going to have those lovely ruby flowers, and your tulips will grow up through the middle, and you'll have an absolute wonderful display in early spring.